recognize there are those who are trying to take us backward. You may have seen their agenda. Part of it is called Project 2025. Now, can you believe they put that in writing? 900 pages of it. Project 2025, a plan to return America to a dark past.
Hey guys, welcome back. Hello again. This is part 2 with my friend Ron Foster, the visual storyteller, and he is a student of politics since he was a little tyke and he had to get his parents straight. He's been studying politics a long time, and we had a great time in part 1 of our time together. So this is part 2, and we're not going to delay any more time because 30 minutes goes by fast when you talking about the kind of stuff we talking about. So without any further ado, Brother Ron Foster, the visual. Well, welcome back, brother.
Hello, we're back. Hey.
When we left off in part 1, you said one of her biggest hurdles is really reaching those people that don't like her. In your estimation, what are a couple of other smaller hurdles does she have as we march toward the Oval Office?
One is, again, it's going to the Republicans, or I should say the GOP, because most Republicans have left the GOP, to be quite honest.
Right.
The Trump party, they're going to lie.
Yes.
They're going to come out fast and furious with so many lies, and they're going to have without being a conspiracy theorist, but we all know that you're going to have China and probably Russia and Iran, and their bots are going to be out there. They're going to have all these layers of lies coming at the Harris ticket. So the whole thing is to continue to stay focused on the truth. And also what I'm loving about how the community is coming together, like the Black women that have been meeting all these years on Sundays, and now their energy has spread to every segment of our population. The Black men are now involved.
That's right.
The white women had their thing the other day. White dudes are today. So there's a whole lot. The Asian and the Hispanic folks had their day.
Right.
And then they are now creating what's called the national outreach, which is all of those groups coming together on Zoom. Zoom is now preparing for 1 million people to be on that Zoom.
How about that?
Which is beyond belief. That thank God for technology.
Amen.
We didn't have this last cycle. But what she needs to do is gather with those when those people are gathered together, like we've been doing over the last week, is understanding how the algorithms work. Is that most of this craziness is going to be online.
Right.
We need to know as supporters of the Harris ticket that we are not reposting the negativity and the lies. What we will focus on is the truth.
Good. That's good.
We keep posting the truth. We keep posting our joy. We keep posting our energy for her. We keep posting all of the things and get those algorithms because they're gonna. It's a computer. It's technology. It's going to go where the energy goes.
That's good.
And if we can continue to do that by going online, repeating, reposting the positive, all of the positive messages, and also her campaign folks are putting out the positives. So again, people don't even know that Kamala Harris, I think it was 2007, was helping Obama become president.
Hello, come on. She was sowing good seeds.
Think about that.
She was sowing good seeds.
People don't even realize that. Or there's this, there's another where she's being interviewed and she's really going off. I don't want to say go off the rail. That's the wrong. But she's really sharing the negative impact of the justice system on Black men. But they don't see.
Yeah.
They've built this lie machine that keeps going over and over because you put something out there in cyberspace, it's going to get traction. The algorithms grab hold of it, and it keeps repeating the same old negative thing.
Right.
Her campaign now needs to say, we're going to have this go out today, whatever it is, and just keep, like, if I must say,
come on.
for the audience that may not know this group, it's called the Lincoln Project. Now, the Lincoln Project is one of my, it's Republicans like myself. I'm no longer a Republican, I'm an independent.
Okay.
I left the party left me. So, like it just left most Republicans.
Okay.
And the Lincoln Project is pretty much layers of Republicans that have left the Republican Party, but are Republicans against Trump.
I understand.
And when you go to their site on Instagram or YouTube, they are able to produce some of the most amazing commercials, posts. They go all in. I would say that the Harris ticket folks need to combine with the Lincoln Project, and everything that they produce against Trump, they need to keep that pumping out there, pumping it out there, keep it pumping, flow it like it's a spigot that can't be shut off. That's how it needs to be done. And I mean, they are so good at what they do.
Yes, they are.
The Democrats, all they need to do is just say, go for it, Lincoln Project. We're gonna just follow suit. But in addition to what they're doing.
That is so good. That is so good.
You have to just keep pushing. You got to push the truth. Because again, like the old saying is, what you can say a lie, and by the time the truth gets around the globe, the lie has gone around the globe several times.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right, my friend.
You got to defeat the lie.
So let me ask you this: give me your top three, and start with number 3, number 2. And if you had to slide all your chips in the middle of the table, who would you say the number 1 candidate for her VP pick is going to be? So start with 3 in your estimation. 3, 2, 1.
Ooh, man, you got me on the spot here.
Yes, sir.
Let me say, it's now only down to 3. So I've heard. It's Mark Kelly.
Okay. The astronaut.
It's Buttigieg. America's mayor. Oh, not that other American mayor that squandered. But this is Mayor Pete.
Yeah.
Not America's Mayor Pete. And then you have Shapiro.
Okay.
From Pennsylvania. So all 3 are perfect. That sounds like a cop-out. However,
I hear you.
In the perfect world, it would be Mayor Pete. It would be Pete Buttigieg. Mayor Pete.
Yeah, I like him.
Transportation Pete is the highest intellectual being in the Democrat Party.
Come on, somebody.
There is no one in the Democrat Party that can compare to his amazing range of knowledge.
Yeah,
one, he served in the military. He was in Afghanistan. Another, that he was mayor of a red state. In a red state, he was a mayor.
Right.
He's done amazingly well with the transportation. I do believe also he speaks 8 languages.
Oh, he is tough. He is tough.
And he is the only one that is on Fox every week.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that last interview.
He's on Fox. He don't care. And he goes all in. The Republicans could come with, he's like, let me tell you the truth. And he is so, it's so intellectually appetizing to watch him spar.
Just sop it up.
It's like having a feast. It's like someone just invited me to this great meal, and you just look at him. He just goes. ability to think on his feet is beyond, and there's no one in the Democrat Party that comes close to him. So I would say he would be my number one.
Okay. Okay. So you would say
If
Pete,
he,
America's
however,
mayor.
yeah, he's even though America may not be ready for a gay vice president, I don't think that's going to be an issue.
I don't
I
either.
really don't. Because he's so good at what he does. He is so sharp
Yeah.
and so smart and knows all of the issues. He knows everything. Now, Mark Kelly is the safest of the three.
I like that. I like the way you couch that.
Mark Kelly is on the border. He hasn't been afraid to, go up against the Biden Harris and say, "Hey, I need help at the border."
Right. Right.
Also, he's an astronaut. He served in the Navy. He's an amazing military man. He's also, who could hate an astronaut? Right. Everybody loved an astronaut. I wanted to be an astronaut when I was a kid. Everybody wants to be, like, everyone loves an astronaut.
That's right.
And he's a little older. He's a little more conservative. He's not going to ruffle feathers.
Yeah, he's not going to throw a rock in the water and have it rules,
Yeah, he's not going to do a JD Vance. He's not there. He's so far from JD Vance that, I mean, but he's intellectually, scientifically smart.
Okay.
He's like Dr. Spock.
Yeah.
He's your intellectual first officer.
Yeah, I like that.
I mean, Mark Kelly is like, yeah, I mean, I think I would compare him to Captain Kirk and Mr. Spock.
Yeah, you couldn't go wrong.
If
she picked Kelly, everybody wouldn't.
That was the safest.
Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna love him. The people will love Kelly. The combination of the two is Shapiro.
I like that.
And we need Pennsylvania. And he has a 62% approval rating for PA, Pennsylvania. And he is young. So he will do what Clinton and Gore did when they ran.
Uh-huh.
They totally flipped the switch and did a young ticket. Both people on the ticket were young.
Yeah.
It was a new generation. It was a new vision. It was the future. It was the energy of what's coming. We're going to bring you youth. And so if you had Kamala and Shapiro, they represent youth together.
I think that's
he's a little younger than she
that's
is.
good. I like that. I put my chips on that one.
And I think
Harris Shapiro.
I think that also he is a hot whip. He's smart too. Yeah. He can intellectually go against, but he is also that what we call the Rust Belt wit.
Yeah.
Rust Belt wit. So people are not going to be in these toss-up states that we need, the Rust Belts. They're not going to be intimidated by Shapiro. That's why he does so well in Pennsylvania. They're not threatened by him. They don't see him as an intellectual juggernaut where he is going to flaunt his knowledge and make them feel small and make them feel low.
That's good.
He is your everyday kind of guy. And he also fulfills that other thing that middle America loves. At least they tell us they love.
Right.
I want to just be able to hang out with the man and grab a beer.
Hold my beer.
Yeah. He's so good, I could just go hang out with him and grab a beer.
Yeah.
So that's what I think he brings that to the table. Buttigieg, I mean, most people still would want to hang out with him and grab a beer, but he's so intellectually, so smart, but he's a down-to-earth kind of guy.
Right.
But I would say, so when I bring out all three
That's
people.
good. That's good.
I would go with Shapiro, number one. Shapiro. Number two, Buttigieg. And number three, Kelly.
That's good. I like that. I like that. Those are three strong picks. I'm leaning with you on Shapiro. Listen, we're gonna play a quick break, and when we come back,
Yes.
I need you to give us a layman's view, 1,000-foot elevation view of the Electoral College. How can someone win the popular vote and lose the Electoral College? Is it outdated? Should it be just taken away? You win the popular vote, you win. Period.
You want to talk about DEI?
Yeah, let's talk
There
about
you
that.
got. There you have it. That's called America's DEI.
Wow. Listen, y'all hear him, don't you? Listen, y'all hold tight. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everybody. Yeah, explain the Electoral College to us, and how does all that work, sir?
Well, let me try to give it the best way. I heard this professor break it down this way, and it was really good. Until this year, I had never saw it in that way. And he mentioned and said it is the first DEI in America. Okay. The first DEI creation, the Electoral College.
How about that?
The Electoral College was created to make all states equal.
A sort of normalization.
It's called, there's equality and there's equity, right?
Right.
Equality is cool. That just means you pass laws and everybody seems to get what they can when they can get it.
Right.
So it's like, picture, this is how I learned this. Picture there's a baseball game going on the other side of a big fence. The equality of it all is that there's a big fence and it just stretches across the field. And if you get to there and you get to get over that fence, right, you get to see over it, then you get to see the game. That's equality. It's equal. It's equal. Everybody's going to have the opportunity if they can make it. However, equity is different.
Right.
And equity is what we all seek. Equity is looking at the 6-foot guy and giving him a 3-foot stool to go over and look over the fence. Taking the guy that's 3 feet, the kid that's 3 feet high, and giving him a ladder that's 9 feet, because that's going to make him the equity of it all. And then taking the guy that is already 9 feet and he already can see over the fence. So you know what? He's good.
He's good.
So you create what's called equity, which is now by adding what you can to each person or each group or whatever needs to happen to bring them all up so that they can all see over the fence.
Wow. That is so good. That is so good.
So the same thing when it comes to the Electoral College. The Electoral College obviously it was so the slave states could have their power still. But again, think about it. Senators. Every state has the same senators.
Right.
Amount of senators. Every state gets 2 senators. Right?
That's
no
right.
matter how big that state is.
Yeah, they get 2 senators.
Little South Dakota, they don't have any people, gets 2 senators. And yet New York has all these people and they only get 2 senators. So that way, technically, they can have the same equity in government. So they can all be on the same playing field. So that way, the big states won't override and overdo.
Yeah, the big states won't bully everybody.
Yeah, they won't take over, and then the small states will never have a voice. So it's equity. It is the first equity. And when I heard the college professor say that, I was like, wow, that's pretty deep. I never heard it said that way before.
I like that.
That was the
America's
first
DEI.
time
I like
America
that.
was called DEI, equity,
That is good.
diverse equity.
That is good. So let me throw this at you. A lot of us say, well, what has she done for black people? And they hang that same accusation against President Obama. Oh, President Biden, they haven't done anything for black people, so why should I give them my vote? Donald Trump, he's for me. Donald Trump has done so much for black people. What's your retort to that?
First of all, anyone that believes that Trump has done anything for black people, they're crazy.
Thank you.
Number one, Trump, for we who live in New York, I live in New York. I was born and raised in New York, and I've heard about Trump all pretty much my life. And most New Yorkers know he's a scam artist, a con artist, a criminal, and the list goes on. And he's made his mark because his father and his father and his family were racist when it came to people of color, black people.
Thank you.
Then you get the situation when you get the Central Park the kids.
Thank you.
And then he takes out an ad to kill them.
See,
pretty much.
That's exactly right.
Capital punishment.
5 young men, wasn't it?
5 young men. Takes out a page. Who takes out a page and says they all need to be
Yeah.
capital punishment. And it goes on and on. Trump has not done anything for black people. First of all, let's get that straight. Now, if you want to know, I was getting ready to type it in just a little while ago, but if you want to know, all you have to do is go to Google. I always say the Google machine.
There you go.
Go to the Google machine, old wise Google machine. And put exactly. And then punch in Biden-Harris accomplishments for black people.
Thank you.
It will come up. The list will come up.
Yeah.
I gave you one, the HBUs. Have you ever heard of any administration to give $16 billion to black schools, colleges, so that they could improve they can rebuild and restructure and build their labs, their laboratories, and bring them up to standard with the other colleges.
Right.
I mean, when you think about the Healthcare Act, most black people are the ones that are going to suffer if that goes away.
Exactly.
Most black people cannot afford health care. Shoot, most Americans can't, but most black people, it's going to affect us even more.
That's right. That is
when you think about Project 2025 and what it wants to do is eliminate that. It wants to also eliminate the Protections Act for against for the environmental Protection Act. They want to get rid of that.
Yeah.
They want to get rid of it. But who's going to suffer? People of color, the indigenous, black people. When those chemical plants decide to turn on those spigots again and let the chemicals run into those rivers, that was one of the greatest things to save black people. So, I mean, all of these, at the end of the day, all of these acts that have been created to protect people, all these protection acts that support, at the end of the day, it is for black folks. We are at the bottom of the totem pole when the corporations are thinking about environment and protect. They don't want to protect us.
That's right. They want to get rid of the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration.
They want to get rid of Board of Education, the Department of Education.
Right.
Now, who's going to suffer?
Amen.
Who's going to suffer when there's no Department of Education in America? Who's going to suffer? Black kids. White kids are going to suffer too, but Black kids are going to really suffer.
That's right. Man, listen, these two segments have been so powerful. Your last 1 minute, with us, what would be your
Yes.
commercial to convince people to support Vice President Kamala Harris? What would be your 1 minute commercial?
Get out and vote like your life depended on it, because it does. Period. If you think you could just sit around and don't vote, and that your decision to sit on the couch is not going to affect you, your mama, your children, your grandkids, your great-grandkids, kids that have not come yet, you don't, when that Supreme Court is created and the people put on it, that's going to be generational. And you want to sit it out?
Come on.
When all of our ancestors and all the people that have come before us have been beat, whipped to be able to vote, that's your power.
Amen.
Your vote is your power. Don't surrender your power.
That is so good. How can people get in touch with you, Brother Ron?
I am Ron Lewis Photos everywhere. That's RONLOUIS Photos. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Pinterest. You can find me on YouTube. But mainly, if you find me on Instagram, you'll connect with everything. And if you connect with me on YouTube, which is my Touch Base Daily, just go and Google Touch Base Daily. I'll pop up on the screen. And you can follow us and subscribe and share what we do. All of it's there. I teach photography, and it's there so you can learn photography. You can just go to some of the lessons and just click on it and just get it and learn.
That is so good. That is so good. Thank you so much for being here. And you got a friend in me, as Andy told Buzz Lightyear. You got a friend in me, sir. I really appreciate your time, my friend.
This was an honor.
Well, thank you, everybody. That's been Ron Lewis. Y'all know where to find him. Ron Lewis Photos everywhere. Listen, thank you, sir. I'm going to let you go because you've been with us a long time. I'm going to let you go, and we're going to continue the show. I got about 3 minutes left in my show, but you be good, and we'll see you in November. All right, y'all. I want you to know I am so excited about this Sync Wire product, the car wireless FM transmitter. I set it up yesterday, real easy setup. And I called one of my colleagues on the phone through the transmitter, through the FM transmitter. And we were talking, and I said, Coach Angel, can you hear me okay? And she said, Dr. Sims, you sound clear as a bell. And I'm just telling you, I'm so excited because I do a lot of communicating in my car. And most states now are hands-free. And so this allows me to be on the phone, drive hands-free without any complication. So you need to do yourself a favor. If you're like me and you pretty much spend a lot of time in your car, you need this SyncWire product. And remember, as I always say, if you stay high on life, life is going to stay high on you. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Real quickly, I got about a minute left, and I'm going to echo what Brother Ron said. Vote like your life depended on it. If you haven't registered, there's still time. If you need to be convinced of a reason to vote, another good friend of mine that I follow on TikTok, his name is Thomas Bishop. And he's not a Republican. Like Ron said, he's an independent now. Hasn't been Republican for a while. Thomas said that he's not a Republican or a Democrat. He needs somebody to stop Project 2025. And again, Google. If you need to know what Project 2025 is, Google it on the Google machine. He said, I need somebody to do a job. And that's Vice President Kamala Harris. She can stop Project 2025. Has she been perfect in her political career? Probably not. Thomas and I say the same thing. We haven't been perfect. You haven't been perfect in your career. But at the end of the day, she's qualified to do the job. Thank you for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you next Monday at 8:30. Thank you, Brother Lewis, for being here. And as I always say, if you stay high on life, life's going to stay high on you.